everyone, it's Mr. Walker here. Welcome to another math lesson for Mr. Walker, with Mr. Walker, I guess would make more sense, even though I probably could use a little bit of a refresher on this. But thank you guys for joining me. I'm here today up at eSchool. I've got my desk working here. I'm going to be working with some paper and stuff like that, and we're going to be talking about angles again, right? We've been doing a lot of work with angles, so I figured we'll jump in and do some more things and actually get our hands dirty with some folding and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into this lesson because we got some cool stuff to do. So you don't need too much today. If you have a piece of paper, even if it's like scrap paper that you ripped up or something like that, that's totally fine. Just grab out some paper. We're going to be folding and making some angles. So once you have that and you're ready to go, just go ahead and pause to grab that stuff and then click play when you're ready, and we'll make some angles. So you can see here I have this piece of paper, okay? And the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to do some folding, like some origami angles or something like that, right? So I'm going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to fold it in half first, like kind of long ways, like hot dog ways, they say. It looks like a hot dog bun, I guess, maybe taco, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I'm going to fold it in half that way, all right? And then I'm going to fold it one more time the other way, kind of go across like this, right? So now I've created almost like a square here, okay? And if your paper's not perfectly lined up, if the corners aren't precise or anything like that, it doesn't really matter for this. We're just kind of taking a look at a couple things. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to open this back up flat to my like taco shape here. And we're going to take a look at this line down here because we've kind of made an angle already, right? If I'm taking a look at this guy, if I look from here to here, if this is like my vertex here, we've created an angle, and this would be a straight angle, right? It would measure 180 degrees. 180 degrees, okay? So we have our straight angle there, all right? So what I want us to do next is we're going to fold this back over again and look if that was 180 degrees. Now we can kind of look at this angle here. If this is my vertex again at the center, we can look at this angle, and that's going to be half of that amount that we started with, right? Which would be 90 degrees. 90 degrees, right? So we know these things. We were kind of making comparisons of these angles. Let's go ahead. We're going to do one more thing here. I'm going to take this top corner here, and I'm going to fold it down to the bottom. Okay, kind of make sure that that's a nice point there. We're basically just folding it in half, but folding it long ways like that. All right. And I've created two more angles here. Two more angles. And they're the same size because they fit over top of one another. But let's look, I've taken that 90-degree angle and I've created two more angles from it. And if I take that 90 degrees divided by 2, basically, I've created two 45-degree angles. There's a 45 there and a 45-degree angle there. So why is this important? What does this mean? Well, we can start to see that angles are made of different angles. They're composed or compiled of different angles here. So my 90-degree angle is the same as two 45-degree angles. And if I were to open this up, you can see my different creases that I have here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 45-degree angles make up 180 degrees, or 1, 2 90-degree angles, or even if I wanted to measure just what this angle was here, I could say, well, that's 45 plus 45 plus 45, right? Which would give me 135 degrees. Or I could say it's 90 plus 45. All right, guys, one additional thing we can kind of take a look at here, since we have our straight angles and our 90-degree angles and our 45-degree angles, straight angle being this edge along the bottom here. If I were to open up my paper all the way, completely open now, we could look at the angles that we have here. So I have my 180-degree straight angle, that first fold that I made here, going across here. But I also, if I were to kind of go like all the way around, I have that 360 degrees that would be all the way around. So we can start to think of that as being made up of 45-degree angles, or 90-degree angles, or two 180-degree angles. Basically, all these angles can be composed and comprised of different angles. So it's cool that we can start thinking about that. I'm sure that might come in handy and be helpful to us in the future. Basically what I'm getting at here is we can figure out the measurement of angles based on what angles they're made of or comprised of, or being able to decompose and move things around and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and take a look. Hang on, guys, I'm getting a call here. So, oh man. So in addition to being an awesome teacher and an artist and a great paper folder and all that kind of stuff, I'm also I know this is gonna sound weird. I'm a detective, a math detective, and sometimes I get calls on certain cases that are like emergencies. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this real quick and can you guys just hang on just a second? Yep. Okay. Ooh, missing measurements, huh? Sounds serious. That many, really? Okay. Now that I'm in the middle of it. Yeah, all right. Sounds good. All right, thanks. All right, guys. So there's a case that just came up, and it sounds like an important one. There's some missing measurements around there. They're looking for some missing measurements of some angles, and they need my help because I mean, I guess I'm just that good. So I got to take this case. I got to go help find these missing angles. We don't want any angle measurements missing right now. It's very serious. So I'm gonna jump on this case. But you know what, you guys are pretty smart with this too. Some awesome mathematicians. Maybe you guys can come along and help me out with this. So gear up, get your detective stuff. I'm gonna get my detective gear on, and let's go find some missing angles. All right, guys. I'll meet you over there. Don't worry, everyone. The real experts here. Detective Walker on the case, ready to find some of these missing degrees, missing measurements, help out these missing angles, get them back where they need to go because nobody likes a missing angle, am I right? Got the real expert here today. We got some new recruits with us as well, so I'm sure we'll be able to crack these cases pretty easily. So we do have our case file up here, confidential, so please no sharing with the media yet until all suspects, all angles have been returned home safe and sound. So let's go ahead and dive in here and see what we got going on this case. So the first missing angle that we have, we need to find the measurement for X. This guy's been missing for quite some time now. Last known whereabouts, sipping on a Slurpee at 7-Eleven. So hopefully we can get him back and find the missing measurement here. So we have some information to go on. That angle DCB, that is a right angle. So that's a right angle that we're dealing with here, DCB. So knowing that, we know that a right angle is 90 degrees, right? 90 degrees. So if DCB is equal to 90 degrees, we have 35 of those degrees already taken up right here, 35 degrees right here. So our missing guy has to add up to 35 or to 90, something plus the 35 that we already have is going to give us 90 degrees. So what number plus 35 is going to give us 90 degrees? A couple different ways we can go about this. We could subtract 35 from 90 to figure out that, or we could just use some mental math to be able to add some things up. I'm old-fashioned, as you can tell, old-fashioned detective. I've been old school on this for a while. I'm going to go ahead and just do some subtraction here. 90 minus 35, going to have to borrow there. 10 minus 5 is 5. 8 minus 3. So that is going to be 55 degrees. We found him, folks. We found him. We're okay here. 55 degrees is our missing angle here. 55 degrees is our missing angle. We're going to get him home safe and sound back to his family so he can finish his Slurpee. We'll be good to go there. 55 degrees. You could see how, as a detective, we used the clues that we had. We had that 90-degree angle. We knew that this was going to be 90 degrees. We knew that 35 degrees was right here, so we had to find that missing piece. That missing piece was 55 degrees. Another successful case solved. Let's see what else the chief has for us. All right. Again, we're finding another missing degree. X right here. He's missing. Last known whereabouts, practicing his cello at the park. He's a big cello guy. So we have some information here. HGF, this angle right here is a right angle. Another right angle we're dealing with. So that's 90 degrees. 90 degrees, all right? We have 62 of the degrees taken up right here. We need to find that missing X, I'm going to go ahead and grab myself a coffee and donut break. You guys see if you can find out what that missing degree is since you're the new recruits, you're the rookies here. Give it a shot. I'll be back to check on you guys in a second. They were all out of coffee. I had to settle for water today. kind of station is this? 90 degrees, 62 degrees. What did you guys find out, recruits? What did you find for the answer here? So some of you were saying we had to take that 90 degrees and subtract 62 from it to find that missing portion. And when we do that, let's see what we get. We get 28 degrees. So our missing angle here is 28 degrees. We can now bring him back to his family or her family, I guess his family. Get him practicing that cello a little bit more. Got the big angle concert coming up soon. He's got to be ready to go. So perfect. Another case solved. Thank you, recruits, for that one. I'm still going to take the credit for it, but thanks for your help. Let's see if we got any more cases here. Ooh, this looks like a tough one. Tough one here. So another missing degree right here. We got this angle right here that we're missing. Last known whereabouts, working on her novel at Starbucks. She's got some important stuff to do here. I'm not a reader myself. I'm a detective. I don't need to read. PQR is a straight angle. So we got some information to go off here. This is a straight angle. Straight angle is also known as how many degrees? That's right, 180 degrees. So we know that that angle is 180 degrees. We do have some more information. A little angle hidden in there is 16 degrees. 16 degrees. So 16 plus what is going to give us that 180 degrees, that straight angle? How could we figure this guy out? Go ahead, recruits, take a stab at this one, and we'll check on you in a second. All right, recruits, so if I take 180 degrees and I subtract 16 from it, I am left with 160 degrees, which means that has to be our missing angle over here, 164 degrees, because our straight angle was 180. That's a straight angle. We were missing this portion here, this bigger obtuse angle. We had an acute measurement of 16. We were able to put those two together and find our missing angle there. So another case solved. Hopefully all these cases being solved, we're going to get a bonus this month. Well, I mean, I'll get a bonus. You guys are just recruits. But anyway, let's keep going and see what else the chief has for us. Ooh, this is a 360 degree case right here. We're moving around at 360 degrees. This is our friend that's missing right here. Last known whereabouts, karaoke night. He's a singer. I like it. Karaoke night. Where did he go? What is his measurement? How can we find him there? We have 320 degrees right here. We know that a full circle is how many degrees? Exactly 360 degrees. So if we went here, that would be 360. We're only going 320. How much more do we need to get to that 360? What is that missing measurement? Come on, recruits. Don't let me down on this one. So if I wanted to write this out as an equation to kind of get myself thinking, 320 plus what is going to give me 360? This one's easy enough. I don't think I'm going to have to set it up as subtraction. I can just count up 320, 340, 360. I'm counting by 20s, 20, 40. So if I add 40, that's going to give me 360. That is going to be my missing angle measurement here. 40 degrees. 40 degrees. We had that total of 360. We already had gone 320. 40 degrees is our missing angle there. Whew. Great job, recruits. All right, guys, we got our last case here, and this is a real humdinger of a case. We have 3 missing angles in one case here. It's going to be tricky, but I think we can handle this. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have going on, what some of the action is here. We need to find the degrees for H, I, and G. H, I, and G. Their last known whereabouts, fighting Demogorgons in the Upside Down. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds serious. So let's take a look at what's going on here. We have one measurement here of 55 degrees. We can use a couple things that we know about our angles that we learned in our basic training. We can use that to help us out, right? One thing is that I know that if I started here and came all the way around, right, that's going to give me 360 degrees. So that might help me out, knowing that if I take that 360 and I subtract that 55 from it, well, let's see, what would I end up with? That would leave me with 305 degrees. So I know that 305 degrees is going to be, it's going to live somewhere in here, somewhere in here, okay? So it can be divided among those three angles. But I'm not sure 100% if it's going to be even or what's going on there. So I got to take a deeper look into this case file and see what I can figure out. If I look at these intersecting lines here, I know this line or this angle of QOR, that's going to be a straight angle. That's going to be 180 degrees. So I can use that to kind of help me out. I know that SOT is going to be a straight angle as well. And if I know that this is going to be 180. These are going to be matching angles. So this guy over here should be 55 as well. Then these guys are going to be matching as well. So let's do some math now. And let's see. 180 degrees minus 55, because we're going to take this 180 degrees. I'm going to subtract the 55 out of it that I already know of. And we should get 10 minus 5 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. 125 degrees. All right, we got one guy. 125 degrees should be there, meaning that this guy should also be 25 degrees. And just to check to make sure we're on the right case, we don't have any false leads here, I can add up all those angles and I should get 360 degrees. So let's go ahead and do that. 125, 125, 55, 55, 5, 10, 15, 20, 2, 4, 6, 5 and 5 is 10, so 16, 360 degrees. That's it, folks. We cracked the case, recruits. Great job helping me find these missing angles. We can report back to the chief, tell him that we did a great job, get that bonus, maybe some extra coffee, something else like that. But you did a great job. I appreciate your help on this. And who knows, you might have a future degree or a future job in mathematical detective work. Great job, guys. Again, please let me know if you need anything. Reach out to Mr. Walker, the regular Mr. Walker, not the detective Mr. Walker. Let me know if you need anything. And thanks for playing along, guys. Talk to you soon, recruits.